Hey, it's Rory with searchandchow.com, and today I'm going to be doing an old-fashioned unboxing of the Oppo Reno 8 Pro. Now, the reason why is that I want to find out why this smartphone costs 3,499 ringgit. Because, you know, looking at the spec sheet, I can't figure it out. So let's find out together. Alright, we're gonna start with the box. It is slightly damaged because Duke damaged it. Okay, probably, I don't know. But yeah, well, let's just blame him because he fired Lukman, right? Okay, so we have the box. It's a nice color. I do like the Reno colors. I think they're quite cool. Pop the lid and you'll be greeted with this. It's a little Oppo document bag. And if you lift this out, you will be greeted with stuff like a bunch of paperwork. You've got your quick guide, your safety guide, and also a SIM eject tool. Yeah, nice. On top of that, you also get a free clear case. Not a whole lot of protection, I'll be honest. I could probably bite through this, but I'm not going to. And then, with that out of the way, you have this. Boom. This is the smartphone itself. I'm going to put this to the side for a bit and see what else is in the box. So there's a little tray that separates everything. And oh my god, look at that! It's a charger and a charging cable. What year is it? No, it's actually really nice to see because you get a proper A to C charging cable. Boom, A to C charging cable. And also, you get the power brick, which is a SuperVOOC power brick that supplies, hang on, let me just check. There we go, 80 watts of fast charging. Spoiler alert! Besides that, there's nothing else in the box. Okay, so the Reno 8 Pro. This is a smartphone from obviously Oppo, but it's not quite like their flagship smartphone. So the thing about the Reno series is it's supposed to be like this premium mid-range series of smartphones. So you remember the original Renos with like the shark fin style selfie camera and all those wacky things. But yeah, now it looks like this. So this is what the Reno 8 Pro looks like. I have to say the color isn't too bad. So apparently everybody loves green now. So we're getting a whole bunch of green phones, which is nice because I recently started liking green also. But like a dark green, you know? Oppo, why no dark green? Samsung, why no dark green? Come on! So this smartphone is a premium mid-range smartphone, but it is priced like a flagship device. So it, like I said, it's priced at 3,499 ringgit for the Oppo Reno 8 Pro. And as far as specs are concerned, well, you're getting like okay specs. So inside it's got a Dimensity 8100 Max processor, which is sort of like a, I guess it's kind of like a 870 to like a 888 level of performance, which means it's not a bad performing chip, it's just not a flagship chip by today's standards. Coupled to that, you get 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, which again is okay. I would have liked to see more storage, but you know, understandable. 256 gigs should be enough for most people. Now, if we flip the phone over, you'll be greeted with this display. So I have to say that the screen is quite nice. So this is a 6.7-inch panel, and it's an AMOLED panel too that pushes a resolution of Full HD+. So it's a 6.7-inch Full HD+ AMOLED panel, and I don't know if you can tell, but it has a 120 Hz refresh rate. So that means it's smooth, it's buttery, and it's contrasty. Obviously, Full HD+ resolution for this kind of screen size is good enough. You get crisp, good details, pretty good viewing angles as well. So yeah, overall it's quite a nice screen. Oppo says that it will also cover 100% of the DCI-P3 color gamut, which again is pretty impressive. Protecting the screen and all of its, well, nice AMOLED components is Corning's Gorilla Glass 5, and in true sort of Chinese smartphone fashion, you do get this thin layer of plastic screen protector. It is plastic though, it's not tempered glass, so you might want to switch it out if you're looking for longevity. This phone comes running ColorOS 12.1 out of the box, so it's still on Android 12. You don't get the new version of ColorOS, which I believe just launched, so I'm not sure when or if this smartphone is going to be getting it, but if it does, I'm sure you'll get it soon. But yeah, it runs ColorOS 12.1, which, okay, in fairness to Oppo, I would say it has come like a long-ish way. It's not nearly as ridiculous and cartoony as it used to be, and now you can enable like a drawer mode so that you can have the app drawer as well on your smartphone, like a normal Android device. The thing that people probably don't like is like these functions. Yeah, it still looks a little bit ridiculous, or not ridiculous lah, but like not like my kind of aesthetic, right? So yeah, there's that. But functionally, I think it's okay lah. It's come a long way. Like if you haven't seen the early days of ColorOS, my god, don't go and look for it. The thing that I'm probably least excited about for this smartphone has to be the battery. So the battery on this device is a 4500 milliamp hour battery, which again, it's 2022, give me a 5000 milliamp hour battery, you know, like come on. It's a big phone, it's 6.7 inches. But to be fair, it does have 80 watt super fast charging, which Oppo says can give you half your battery's charge in 11 minutes, which is not bad. It's not like 150 watt OnePlus 10T speeds, but pretty good nonetheless. So if you look here, you can see that's the charging port and the SIM eject tool. Over here you get the power button, and over here you get the volume rockers. And I have to say the phone feels okay. Like it doesn't feel bad, but it's like unnervingly light. Like I don't like how light it is. I like a good heft to my phones. Lightness makes me feel like it's cheap, you know. But you know, the band feels nice. The buttons are pretty good, pretty nice and clicky. The finishing, everything looks fine. Like I don't see any like glaring cheap issues. And also they've done the whole, I guess it's an Oppo signature thing now, where they have the whole like organic sort of glass camera bump thing where you don't really see any seams. I don't think there is a seam, which is still very impressive, and I really like that they do this. But again, it feels, I think, just too light, and it's also a massive fingerprint magnet. I don't know if you can see that, but I literally just wiped the phone and it's already covered in fingerprints. So yeah. On the photography side of things, you are getting a triple camera setup. Well, a triple camera setup because, yeah, Oppo went and did that thing again. So you get a 50 megapixel Sony IMX766 camera for the wide lens. So that's pretty good because that is, I think, the same sensor that you find in the flagship Find X5 Pro. And supporting that, you have an 8 megapixel ultra wide and a 2 megapixel macro camera. Why are we putting 2 megapixel macro cameras? Like seriously, who is taking the 2 megapixel macro shots? Tell me! Review yourself in the comments below. Otherwise, we riot. Assisting the cameras though is something called the Mari Silicon X. Now, if you've been paying attention to the Find X5 Pro, then you'll probably be familiar with this because this is Oppo's, you know, own sort of like NPU image processing thing that is supposed to amp up the camera's low light photo performance, low light video performance, and a bunch of things, you know, focusing around clarity, obviously, and color, and just overall, it's supposed to produce better low light photos. I've used it a little bit and it looks fine. Like I think the photos are okay. Let me see if I can pull some of them up here. So as you can see from some of these photos, like they look fine. They look pretty good. You get quite a lot of color from them, and I mean, I guess it shouldn't be that surprising. It should be good. This is not a cheap smartphone, and you do have a flagship camera processor. In theory, it should perform as well as the Find X5 Pro, and kind of, yeah. I would say it's a pretty good camera experience lah. Not an okay camera experience. The only thing I don't like is obviously the lack of versatility. I would have liked, if you really wanted to make a triple camera smartphone, give me a telephoto. Don't give me this bullshit 2 megapixel macro camera. Ha! Get out of here. Get out. The door is there. Get out. Now, there is one thing that I haven't mentioned yet, and that is the supplement to the pretty nice screen, and that is a pair of stereo speakers. So we're gonna try and test them out because I have not heard them before, and I wanna hear what they sound like. So let's listen. Boom. Our original charging idea to charge was a DC charger in like a Otto Bavaria place. Right now we're heading to a mall to see if we can leave it overnight. It's much slower charging, it's AC charging. What I didn't know at that point though was that that was actually just foreshadowing for the utter havoc that would happen to us. Honestly, it sounds okay, but I would have liked a little bit more volume, you know, just a tiny bit. But it's not because I don't like the brand or that I don't like what they're doing necessarily. And it's not even because I don't like the phone. Yo, listen to those sultry, dulcet tones. I don't even know if I'm using those words correctly, but I hear people use it when they talk about sound. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about the Oppo Reno 8 Pro. Is it a good phone? If I don't look at the price tag, it's a pretty decent smartphone, I would have to say. But if you consider the price tag of 3,499 ringgit, then you're looking at a lot of really good smartphones, right? Top of mind would be the OnePlus 10T, for example. 3,199 ringgit for that smartphone. You get more RAM, you get a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 processor, and why would you buy this? You're saving 300 ringgit and you get a better processor, which to me, processor is king. I would say though that the camera performance is also pretty similar, even though the OnePlus 10T doesn't have the Mari Silicone X. It's still okay, like it's still good enough for social media, which is like the bare minimum nowadays for these style of smartphones. But if you want a good camera experience, you can also get the S22, 3,499 ringgit as well. But obviously you do lose a bit of storage. That one starts at 128 gigs, but you also get a better camera experience, and you also get a proper flagship processor. So it's like you kind of shot yourselves in the foot here, you know. Oppo, you just kind of like took your feet and I'm like, BAM! 3,499 ringgit. I think it's a little bit too pricey. If you want to be a hipster and own an Oppo phone, like why would you, right? Because Oppo's not even that hipster anymore. You see their billboards everywhere. So yeah. Maybe just the looks, but even then, like the Find X5 Pro got the looks right. This one looks like a knockoff, or like an attempt at recreating that, which I'm not a big fan of. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Oppo Reno 8 Pro, my thoughts and first impressions. Let me know what you think. Do you vehemently disagree with me? If so, I want to hear all your thoughts. 35 mark essay in the comment section below. Please let me know what you think of this smartphone. And also, you know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them down there too, and I will do my best to answer them. Alright, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell icon so that you'll be informed whenever we publish a brand new video. We're also on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, but our home on the internet will be at searchandshow.com. So until the next video, post, or interesting snippet, I'm Rory and I'll see you then.